schools within a half a mile of locations where our inspectors removed illegal 7-0H products. And in Jacksonville, 2 schools were across the street from one of these 2 stores. We won't let it sneak into our communities disguised as a supplement. This is about keeping Florida families safe and protecting consumers who think they are buying something natural, but are really buying high-powered narcotics. FDAC's inspectors are on the front lines every day working hand in hand with partners to pull dangerous products off shelves. We're proud to stand with the Attorney General Uthmeier and Sheriff Waters. This is what teamwork looks like: swift action, clear rules, and real enforcement. Today we are filing a new emergency labeling rule that ensures that manufacturers and retailers can't hide behind vague labels or misleading marketing. Every product must clearly state the 7-0H concentration in parts per million. If the 7-0H concentration is too high, it's illegal and will be removed. A few years ago, we sounded the alarm on kratom. Today, Florida is doing what others wouldn't, putting public safety first. The Attorney General's previous emergency rule put 7-0H in the same category as heroin, LSD, and fentanyl analogs, and that's where it belongs. Florida will always choose protecting kids and families over protecting the profits of bad actors. Working with Attorney General Uthmeier and Sheriff Waters, we are making it clear we won't rest until dangerous drugs like 7-0H are off the market and out of our neighborhoods. At this time, I'm going to invite the Attorney General for a few remarks.
Sheriff, I see you brought in the high podium today to make me look short. Thanks for having us, Sheriff. Again, it's great to be here in a big city in Florida where crime rates are going down. You know, we look across the country at so many blue city sanctuary cities where they're still struggling with high crime rates, tons of murders. You know, we've got a sheriff and his office that have led the way in cutting a murder rate in half in this city. Crime rates are going down because we back our law enforcement, we put criminals behind bars, and we protect our families. It's really not that complicated. When you support these guys and let them do their jobs, they do them well, and we're all the safer because of it. So thanks for being here today to highlight some great results. I want to thank the commissioner here and his law enforcement team for getting almost 18,000 products off the shelves that are dangerous. This 7-0H product, it's a drug. Gas station morphine, I think, is a pretty good description to describe the risk that it presents, especially to our kids. Several weeks back, we met with the FDA commissioner. Shortly after the FDA announced an advisory pointing states out to the danger of 7-0H, a fairly new concentrate that's found naturally in kratom, but when extracted and when chemically enhanced, it can be 13 times more potent than morphine. And this is what's been on shelves in gas stations, retail stores, 7-Elevens, right next to candy. We've got to get this stuff away from our kids. I'm a big believer that government should let businesses do their thing, stay out of the way, except in the most extreme of circumstances. And that is what this is. It was an emergency. We were getting reports up and down the state of adverse health consequences, emergency room visits, including kids. And at that point, we had to step in. So we quickly issued an emergency rule. We rescheduled this drug. It can no longer be commercially sold on the shelves. And thanks to our agriculture law enforcement team, we are cracking down and we are getting it away from the hands of our kids. So we're going to continue to go up and down the state, hold wrongdoers accountable, and let people know, stay away from our kids. So, Sheriff, thanks again for the job you do and for hosting us here this morning.
Yes, sir. So thank you, General. Thank you, Commissioner. And good morning. Thank you all for being here today. A few weeks ago, the men beside me took decisive action to protect Floridians by banning the sale of dangerous compound known as 7-0H in stores across our state. And today, we are here to emphasize the importance of that action. For far too long, dangerous and unregulated substances like 7-0H have been allowed to creep into our neighborhoods. And while they may be sold under the disguise of harmless products, the reality is that they pose a very real threat to the health and safety of our families and our kids. I want to commend Attorney General Uthmeier and Commissioner Simpson for their leadership and swift action to ensure 7-OH is no longer available on store shelves in Florida. Locally, our narcotics unit sees the consequences of these substances firsthand. And just last week, JSO Narcotics detectives seized 341.4 grams of kratom while conducting a search warrant. These are not victimless crimes. Every package sold has the potential to destroy lives, tear apart families, and put an added strain on our healthcare system and law enforcement resources. The action to remove them from our store shelves sends a clear message. Florida will not tolerate dangerous, addictive substances being pushed onto our citizens and our kids. Our agency remains committed to working alongside our state partners to keep those poisons off of our streets, to hold those dealers accountable, and to protect the very people that we serve in Jacksonville and across our great state. So thank you.
At this time, I should probably invite Dr. Curran up. And Dr. Curran runs our department that manages this type of product and many others, including hemp. And we're very proud of his work, and we'll be happy to try to answer any questions if there are any.
There's been a lot of legislation in recent years looking to either fully ban kratom or further regulate it. Obviously, this